Howdy, this is Whale Shark. In this video, I want to show a little bit of how I play the game as a visually impaired person. I have been playing Red Dead Redemption since the beginning of 2019, I think January or so. And since then, my vision has decreased quite a bit. So I've made different types of adjustments and I play the game a little bit different than I did at the beginning. All games have a learning curve, but being visually impaired or playing with a handicap, the learning curve is a little bit steeper and you have to make adjustments along the way to what suits you. What is nice about Red Dead Redemption and other role-playing games is you can play the game any way you want. So if something's a little bit more difficult or easier, you can choose what you want to do. The two roles that I play the most are the Moonshiner role and the Trader role. The collecting role I do as I come along things. I don't specifically always go look for items, but I will have the metal detector out if I'm just riding along to hopefully find one of the collectible items. The bounty hunter role and the naturalist role are a little bit more difficult, so I have maxed them out, but I have not completed a lot of the missions and a lot of the different things you can do with that role because they're just a little bit too frustrating for me to do. The things I've done the most in Red Dead is hunt, do trader wagons and moonshine wagons, and I've spent hundreds of hours doing those type of things and just riding around and looking at the amazing game that Red Dead Online, Red Dead Redemption is. I have an eye condition known as Retinitis Pigmentosa, which is a retinal degenerative eye condition, which the first symptom is night blindness, so I don't see in the dark, and I have trouble with dark parts of the game. So when it's dark on dark or something along those lines, I struggle seeing it. So if it's like a hidden tunnel in different parts of the game, I have trouble finding that. So I do get lost in games quite a bit. Over the years, I've lost the ability to see a lot of the different colors. I see in shades of gray, and sometimes I can see there's a difference between two colors, but I'm not really sure what they are. I am able to see certain colors at certain times, a little bit better with the greens, but sometimes then they mix in with the browns. So following the trails in Red Dead sometimes becomes a little bit difficult. So a lot of times I just drive or ride towards the waypoint that I set, and I'll explain a little bit more of that in a moment. So on deliveries, like this Moonshiner delivery I just started, I normally just let it auto drive because I tend to crash the wagons a ton. So without doing any damage, I will just auto drive it to the location. So when I come up on the revenue agents, I normally just try to blow through them. If they start shooting, I will shoot back, but I normally don't stop or fight them at the beginning. I am able to see the white trail line. I wish I could adjust the color of all those lines on the mini-map for directions. I would use this white or lighter shade versus the red all the time. I don't know why it really makes a difference, but I wish I could choose the shade of that line because I can see that, but I cannot see the red. and a successful delivery. When I am hunting, I normally ride in one direction and keep aiming in different directions until I see the twitch of the aim assist, so it locks on to something. And once I lock on to something, I will take a glance to the bottom right of the screen to see if it is an animal. And if it is, I will shoot. If it's not, then I do not, because NPCs and players do not show up down below with any kind of words. I don't always know what I'm shooting at. I just know it's some kind of animal. And then in order to find the animal, once it's down, I have to use the mini map to try to I physically lean into um, see the paw mark. And then the other thing I do is I use the eagle eye to look for the flashing um, carcass in order to skin the animal. When I want to travel to a specific spot, I will pull up the big map. And what's nice is the map will center right on your location, and I can see what direction I'm heading. So what I will do then is mark where I want to go. And I know that's going to be a little to the right of the direction I'm facing. So then I will come to the back into the game, and I will move the compass around until I can see what I think is the waypoint marker, and then I will aim right at it and kind of ride straight at it. Now sometimes that leads into cliffs or things that you have to go around, especially in the longer distances that you have to travel. You will have other obstacles in the way that you have to navigate around. But I will just continually pull up the big map and make adjustments to that as needed. My visual field is fairly small. When I look at a TV screen and I'm sitting 2 foot from a 50-inch TV screen, I kind of only see the very center of the screen. And what I see right now, it's very, very light. I cannot make the difference between any kind of road or the field that we're coming up on. Now I can see the trees because they're darker on a light background. Um, and I could see that the grass and the sky is a little bit different of a shade, so I can see where that starts and ends. But any other objects in the area, I would not really be able to find unless they really stood out and there was a contrast in color. I really rely on the eagle eye to change the shades of things to help me find other objects, and anything that's of importance normally has a glow to it. So any of the flowers that you need to pick or herbs, um, they will glow, which make it easier to find. Animals or people will glow, so anything that's a target. So I really rely on the eagle eye all the time. I'm constantly hitting that in the travels of the game. I've done a lot of hunting in the bayou because killing the alligators is a lot easier than some of the other animals, and I can get the 3-star. As far as shooting any of the animals that move, the deer, the rabbits, the squirrels, I usually just do not keep them 3-star. I end up taking them out any I can. I just started a bounty, and I'm gonna locate the bounty and mark where I need to go, and then I'm gonna ride straight at it. Find it on the HUD, and it's right there. So we're gonna go. Now once I've come up on the bounty, when they run, I have issues finding them. So I normally just go in loud and try to bring them in dead. And I rely on aim assist to find all the people. I gotta find that machine gun. And that happens. And oh, now when it gets dark, so this is in the dark, I have bigger problems finding the enemy. And I have trouble using the HUD to help locate. I do not see the blue dots or red dots on the HUD, so it is of very little use. And the bounty's over. So, I mean, that happens to me a lot whenever I'm playing this. Now, that was a 2-star bounty or a $2 bounty. I normally pick the one, but I don't like when there's 2 bounties I gotta bring in. I try to do just a single-star bounty with one person. But that's why the bounty rule is the least favorite of all the rules for me in Red Dead. I've made most of my gold and money and rank by doing daily challenges, and since I did it during beta, the challenges were 0.50 gold per daily challenge, so I earned quite a bit of the gold there. The pace of this game is excellent because you can go as fast or as slow as you want. It's wide open and it's quite an enjoyable game. Thank you for watching, and if you would have any questions, please put them in the comments down below. I can make a video to answer that question, or I can just answer the question in the comment. Please like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time.